guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zicree of Space Command. And lots to talk about. If you know from the previous video, we hit 1 million views on Space Command on the first hour of the pilot, and we have now posted an order form where you can click below on the link. You can immediately order the download of the first hour commercial free. It's $5.99, cheap. I mean, my God, for $5.99, what would you get? Like a latte or something? And at the same time, you can pre-order the second hour in downloadable DVD, downloadable or DVD or Blu-ray. The Blu-rays and the DVDs will have tons of video extras. Additionally, I was asked to mention that it will be high definition. It's going to be really good looking, and but not 4K, not 4K. My team explained to me, because we can't make Blu-rays at this point as 4Ks, and downloading 4K apparently is a big, huge file size. And anyway, down the road we will do that, but right now high def is pretty damn good, better than Star Trek was when I was a kid, I'll tell you. So definitely check that out, and we're going to be sending the 2-hour pilot completed. I keep telling my team February 28th. They keep telling me early spring, but we're really cooking on it now. I mean, most of the visual effects shots are plugged in. They're looking really great. And for those of you who posted positive comments on the first hour of Space Command, I mean, we have 97% thumbs up. Thank you so much. It really does. Every bit of praise helps enormously, and everything that's negative, I have to fight against, because, I take it personally, since this thing is made by hand, me and my team. But here's a few other very cool things. I've been going through my stuff and rearranging my books and putting them in alphabetical order and so forth, and coming across stuff I haven't seen in a long time. So I came across a birthday card sent to me when I was a little kid by some family friends, and this is the card. So did they know me, or did they know me? And inside, there's the card on the inside, and it says, "This rocket ship's not going somewhere in outer space. It's bringing birthday wishes, and it's headed for your place. Happy birthday." Very, very fun. Very, very fun with this little guy on the inside, too. And on the back, a really interesting little thing. It says the company was Buzza Cardozo. And my friend Doug Hayes, who was the great director of the Twilight Zone episodes, Howling Man, Eye of the Beholder, The After Hours, many others, before he was a director on Twilight Zone, he was the art director at Buzzo Cardoza. So he may have even drawn this card. It may be his handiwork, but he was a dear soul and a great friend. And so that's cool. And also I came across this, which is the front page of the Daily News when we were shooting World Enough in Time, the Star Trek episode with Sulu that we did. So we're going to be offering, I've only got 6 copies of these. We're going to be offering them as a premium at some point, maybe for a Kickstarter campaign or something, but it's really, really neat. I mean, look at that. That looks very, very cool. And I guess, my name is on that clapboard, so there you go. And then finally, in terms of the announcements, I've just got this very, very, very cool shirt. It's the love sign, the sign language sign for love, and it glows in the dark. And so that's really cool. And it's from a wonderful company called Into the AM. And they contacted me out of the blue. And they say, "We love your channel, want some clothes," because they do science fiction-oriented clothes. So I said, sure, send them along. So this is the one I'm wearing today. I'll wear some of their others as time elapses. But again, it's Into the AM. Go online, check their stuff out. I mean, anything with a spacesuit on it, I'm there. And and by the way, if you have like science fiction merchandise or science fiction, movies, TV shows, anything, I mean, reach out to me. I mean, Aptera, which is a solar-powered car, I just reached out to them because, I think that anything that creates the hopeful vision of the future that we all agree on, and aspire to, I'm happy to give a shout out to something. I mean, in the past I've mentioned The Martian, the novel The Martian, which I loved, and I'll come across stuff periodically that I just really am dig, and then I'll just share it with you guys. I mentioned John Wyndham the other day, who's a wonderful writer, and just starting to read Brian Aldiss now, which I'm enjoying, and so I view myself as a pipeline for what I find science fiction that I love to you guys, because it's all part of the group mind, as they used to say on Hour 25, the science fiction radio show that I loved when I was a teenager. And And someday I'll do a Mr. Sci-Fi about that, because you guys don't know what that is, and it was hugely formative of who I am now. So, but beyond that, I'm about to watch The Midnight Sky. They sent me a copy of that, and that's the George Clooney movie. So I'll let you know what I think of that shortly. And my gosh, Space Command is so coming together. I mean, there's the novel is now available. It's going to be sent out first to our backers, and then beyond that. Episode 3 is in post, and there's not a lot that needs to be done to it for us to be able to ship it to you guys. So, and I think and I'm continuing to pitch to the buyers, the networks, and all those guys, but I really don't want them to delay what we're doing. And probably what I'll be doing is having Mr. Sci-Fi kind of host Space Command with commercials, which allows, they send me a minimal amount of money from the ad content, but every little bit helps. And then for those who want, to watch it without commercials and have a copy, you can either, we'll make them available as digital downloads for like, $10 for 2 hours, $9.95, and then like a DVD for 15 and a Blu-ray for 19.99 or whatever. So the point being that, like, there's certain things that I just bought the 4K of Total Recall because 4K really is better and very, very cool. And even Blu-ray looks great on my 4K TV now. And and it's a 3D television, so I can watch Prometheus in 3D, and it may not be a better movie in 3D, but it's certainly deeper. And so I've always loved 3D, and so that's so beyond that, we're just continuing to work on all the things. The Greenlighting Yourself book is coming out really well, and lots of very interesting tips for anyone who wants a career in the industry. That'll be done in the near future, and lots of other stuff to talk about. Lots of other things to point out. And again, for those who didn't see my previous post, here's the Blu-ray of the 2-hour pilot, which you can pre-order and get in short order. And so there'll be a link right down here to do that. And but I mean, basically, my goal is to generate the revenue that allows Space Command to continue being produced, and then beyond that, Magic Time, Sweet Haven, Rod Serling's After Twilight, all the other shows I'm busily working on. So because you guys will love them, and I love making this and sharing it. So that's about it for now. I'm going to be forgetting stuff, but I keep coming up with stuff like, you should look at this. Go, Ray Dean. That was a sort of an anime thing that I was a fan of when I was, I guess, in my early 20s. And I have the toy of that somewhere. It's like, yay big. And, and of course, Talkie Tina over here. I think when you put batteries in her, she talks. But, that's Twilight Zone. Just all this weird stuff that interests me, and I think interests you guys too. And it's I just saw that Nicholas Meyer has a new Sherlock Holmes book out. He, of course, directed Wrath of Khan, brilliant guy, and whom I've met and had lunches with and so forth. So I'm going to reach out to him and see about maybe seeing if we can create a science fiction show together. He also did Time After Time, which is a wonderful, wonderful movie if you've never seen it. So, and if you've never seen Wrath of Khan, where have you been? One of my favorite Star Trek movies, if not the favorite. But anyway, so I'll be posting more soon, but thanks so much for everything. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying well. Be careful. We're near the end of this thing, this pandemic, and I think from now on, books on pandemics will be very different, because there were a number of things about it being in a real pandemic that fiction didn't get right. And one of the things was that people would pour out of their homes to protest inequities, and that you'd have mass protest movements based on people seeing things on their screens, such as a man being murdered on screen by the cops, and wanting to get out on the streets and make a change in the world for the better. And that's not something that pandemic science fiction predicted. Basically, in pandemic science fiction, there's a pandemic going on, and that's what it's about. And the other thing, of course, and we'll see if this comes about or not, is that every science fiction movie or TV show or book ever written that has a vaccine that's been put on the short track ends up turning people into zombies. And so we'll see if that's what happens. Hopefully not. I think we're going to be fine. And I think 2021 is going to be a great year. So until next time, it's Mark Zickery, Mr. Sci-Fi, Mark Zickery of Space Command. I'm going to go in the dark shortly and see if this thing actually does glow in the dark. And again, it's, Into the AM. I'm sure they have a website, and Into the AM. So I'm not, slurring my words. So, I mean, it's funny. There's a book on rock and roll lyrics because back in the day, in the 60s, there'd be these rock stars who would sing and you couldn't make out what they were singing, but they didn't publish the lyrics usually. And so it was a book that put together what people thought the lyrics were mistakenly. And one of my favorites was Jimi Hendrix had a song where one of the lyrics was "Excuse me while I kiss the sky," and someone thought that it was "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." So thank God for the internet. Now we can find the truth of things if we dig minimally. So that's it. Talk soon, guys. Thanks a lot, and next time. Bye.